hanging out with me on it, doing the talking tactical thing. Things around here, like I don't have my lights set up like normal. I, you know, got a lot of things packed up because I'm just going to get this run out of the way. The Task Force Shrubbery meetup is this weekend up in Sheboygan, Wisconsin at Operation Blacklist. Goes on Saturday and Sunday. I'm driving up Friday, meeting up with the gents at the barracks, our Airbnb. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I'm excited to see all of your beautiful faces out there. For you guys who come out for the Task Force Shrubbery meetup, cannot wait to see each and every one of you and give you your special badge. Those are packed away right now. There's a lot of things that are packed away. My Airsoft room looks very barren. But things are getting ready to go. Yeah, we're taking off here from the treehouse at we're going to hit the road by 8 and get there on time. So that's going down on Friday. And guys, be on the lookout this weekend. We've been talking about it. And I think we're going to shoot for Saturday night. It's going to be a later time frame, but we might be doing it live from Sheboygan with the team out there, all of Squirrel Team 6 that's going to be there. So who knows? Keep an eye out. I will keep you guys posted as best as possible. But yeah, that is what is going down this week. Also, due to that, tonight's episode might be a little shorter than normal. I'm going to kind of get through it kind of quick and dirty. I only have really one thing in my brain that is currently the 2025 edition of What's Grinding My Gears. One-ish, two-ish. But we're going to get through the tertiaries real quick. We're at 889. 889 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. Please pump those numbers up. Let's get to 950. We have another giveaway for a 36-inch replica bag that holds 2 of them. It's really nice. It's dark black camo with blue accents. And laser cut moly and all that fun jazz. It has got a nice thickness to the padding in it, which protects your replicas nicely. Also, I'm giving away a 1911 replica at 950 subs. That goes with that replica bag. It's going to be a good old time. Let's hit that 950. And then, of course, after that, we have 1,000 subscribers. At 1,000 subscribers, guys, you know what's going down. You've heard me say it 100 times before. We're going to do that. GoFundMe. We're all going to pitch in together as a whole big Airsoft community. Then we're going to get one of them $150,000 mystery box trucks from Airsoft GI. And I'm going to give the whole thing away on the channel throughout giveaways. There's going to be an event where I'll give stuff away there. And all sorts of fun stuff and giving stuff away at fields and making mystery boxes and giving away on the channel. Yeah, until the whole truck is gone, I'm not keeping anything to myself. It's all going back to you guys. So let's hit that 1,000 subs. Let's hit that 950. Let's keep climbing. Also, if you haven't already, please, in the description of this video, or if one of the mods would be so gracious, go ahead and join the Discord where you can support the channel and get yourself a Squirrely Nuts Airsoft patch, custom tie-dye shamag of greatness, or a roadkill rag where you can call your hits in style. Go over there, and you can also hang out with other weirdos like me, talk Airsoft, video game, and movie nerdery greatness. And also you can apply for Squirrel Team 6 or the Squirrel Team 6 Press Corps. Yeah, that's the thing. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, join the Discord. Links in the description. So, tertiaries are out of the way. Task Force Shrubbery meetup is this weekend. Stuff is out of the way. Let's get into tonight's... I haven't done one of these in a while. Of the What Grinds My Gears. And, you know, as time goes on with interactions through Discord and live streams and stuff like that, and what you see in videos or at the fields, obviously bad behaviors and things like that pop up and become recurring things because they trend. I think right now the one thing that I would have to say out of an experience that I had recently was just somebody going through everything and just being an out and out liar. And it's happened a couple different times of just all sorts of things. All sorts of things. Not just one thing in general, but like absolutely everything and deceiving people. And even to the point of potentially with said lies could have endangered people's discords or channels or things like that. Um, that is the thing that has grinded my gears super hard. Um, and it's just immaturity. And I don't have any tolerance for it. Obviously, when it happened, I took care of it swiftly. But or got out of that situation or stopped endorsing it. Any of those. But yeah, it just there's no reason because like I try to be as honest as possible on this channel with all of you, with all of my reviews and everything, and even me just being me. But it's just there's no need to. It's not going to make you cooler or stand out or anything like that. It's just be honest from the jump, and all is usually better. And it just because I can say it would have hit a point of potentially uh, causing harm to people's discords. It's like to the point where it could have literally gotten people's discords pulled down. So no, Storm, don't even start. Nah, it's not funny. um, but yeah, it's just not cool. It's not acceptable. We try with when we try to do all this stuff with Airsoft, we try being open and honest and help everybody uh, as much as possible get into the sport. But if you're just lying to okay, we're back. I forgot to connect my Wi-Fi apparently. Ha ha. Are we back? Are we live? It says I'm live. Y'all reading me? I have totally lost my train of thought in this. I forgot to connect my Wi-Fi to my phone. Whoops, my bad. All right. So I'm just gonna move past that little kind of dour thing and move on to the next. What grinds my gears? Now this is behavior that I've seen multiple times throughout lives. Now asking questions in lives on how on things is pertinent, and I answer questions on lives all the time, even if I'm just in the chat with other people. But one thing I can't stand that grinds my gears to no end is primarily getting in lives and asking people to shop for you. Unless it's a service they offer. Blanket having somebody shop for somebody doesn't mean they're going to find something or suggest something that is going to be tailored to your taste. Could be to their taste. Hello, Laura. So what I don't understand. There's always when it comes to Airsoft, there's so much for selections, and it may seem overwhelming, but it is all to like what you even down to a what you find to look cool. Like, but asking people to shop for you, it just baffles my mind. Hello, Laura. I said hi. Chat's a little delayed. Sorry. But yeah, I just never understood it because there's so much to just look at and whatnot. You can even go based off movie or video game choices, ideas. And if you don't like it, well, add that piece to your collection and get another one. I mean, come on, guys. Hit me up with some of your juicies. What grinds your gears in the Airsoft world? Hmm? Let's see what y'all have to say. I mean, we've kind of discussed this before in other episodes of the channel. We've kind of had little rants off going during the Council of Airsoft Dudes. And some of this stuff kind of piggybacks off of that. Um, flooding grinds my gears. Well, that's kind of airsoft related. um, I mean, we can always run down the standard grinding of gears of, people not calling their hits, elitists, gatekeepers, um, people that downtrodden somebody for not having gas blowbacks. Uh, there's so many that are just regular things that just keep happening. But it's subtle changes in behavior that make the airsoft community grow and thrive. Because honestly, right now, with potential of things, prices, which few people have already said prices are going to be going up, which is going to make the not so much a barrier to entry, but a small hill to climb to entry with airsoft a little bit harder. So any of these behaviors that grind your gears or my gears, um but it just, if you're more, it becomes more welcoming if you're not acting like an ass. What does DJ say? When somebody decides to roast a fellow airsofter, they never asked for them for it, but yet they do it and don't respect boundaries. Oh, that is a good one. That is a good one, because some people don't want their kid, like, not everybody is out to get their kits roasted. Not everybody needs to hear your, fun, jokey opinion. Um, and if you don't respect boundaries on top of all of that, like, nobody asked you to roast said kit if it's like that. Like, it's just disrespectful. And again, the best way I can phrase it is, Red Foreman as says, "You're an ass." Also, ragging on anybody over their equipment, looking down on somebody because they have top tier and think all need to be on the same. That's the elitist mentality right there, DJ. Um, like the people that say, that say you gotta have cry gear to, like, be the best. Like, here's the thing: gear doesn't make the player makes the gear. Like, it all serves a purpose. And if you don't even know how to use said gear, but you decided that it was super cool to have a $300 plate carrier and a $300 pair of pants and a $300 shirt just because it's the best of the best and it's going to make you better, it's not how it works. And shitting on somebody else because they don't have that top tier real deal stuff doesn't make you cool. It's like, it's point blank. Most of my kit is as cheap as possible. I spend money on the things that I think that I need to spend money on. Like, yes, do I buy a little bit more expensive when it comes to, like, my actual, like, camo stuff? Yes, but is it Cry? No. I buy Condor. It's about $60 for a pair of pants. I got most of my stuff on sale even. And, like, what was my shirt was $30. Oh, cool. I paid $100. Wow. Yeah, it's still a little pricey, but I know the quality's there. Some things that I just spend money on because I know the quality is better, and it's gonna get ripped, it's gonna get torn, it's gonna get damaged, but it's gonna last me a little bit longer than something that was stupid cheap. But also, I have stupid cheap stuff too that has lasted the test of time and is holding up great. So it doesn't matter. Um, itchy. Um, uh, but yeah, no, ragging on people because they don't have top tier stuff. isn't worth it. Some of my stuff is real steel or real deal stuff. Some of it isn't. And actually, most of the stuff that I like running the most is like Lancer. And it's not the most expensive stuff, but it's fantastic. Like my plate carrier, Lancer. I've had it since I've got back into this stuff. For like the last 2 years, I've ran it. Still is great. Still holding up. Still fantastic. So yeah, let me scroll back up. I see a few more added in. Exactly. You can have 2K and loadout, but still not know how to use the damn thing. Like, come on. I can't stress it enough. Like, watching certain people have just even their replica build be like $2,500 wrapped around because they have to buy all the real steel equipment. And it's like, that's cool that you bought that, but do you actually know how to use it? Otherwise, you just overpriced paid for stuff that just looks cool. I'm very functional when it comes to doing stuff like that. I don't just spend money to spend money to look cool. Like my stuff has to serve a purpose even on my airsoft gear. It's always funny when a kid with a Springer gets a hit on a dude with $1,000 loadout. Absolutely hilarious. I agree with that, Ghost. Uh, who is really more of an ass here? The guy who bought cheap and knows how it all works, or the fancy guy with 12 patches that all hold the same gear. Shit. I mean, guy that went cheap is not the ass. uh, Prime Tech says, just FYI, Gen 4 should be on the way back to GI. Work over the weekend. Well, I was not announcing that on the channel. But unfortunately, that means that unboxing will not happen in Sheboygan. But it'll still get done. Thank you for taking that down, Prime Tech. But we're going to move past what I just said because nope. If it works, it works. Use it. Plain and simple. Yeah. Yeah. Flat out. Like I said, I spend money on things that I feel I need to, not because I need to have the best of the best. Like most of my I have probably one of the coolest, realist looking EOTech hollows on Tiny Tina right now. And it is a clone, and I paid a quarter of, like, not even less than a quarter, like way less than what an EOTech costs. And I've already had a couple people ask me if it was real. Not. I don't think so. But it works just the same. It looks just as crystal clear. I can put all the accessories on it that are made for the same real thing. Don't need to spend no $700 on a red dot. Oh, it's not actually holographic. Ooh, who cares? Going back to the topic, I like the Gucci stuff, but seeing as airsoft to me is mainly a hobby, I can be a cheapskate when it comes to accessories and gears to an extent. Now, I mean, okay, if you're doing a specific build, or if you actually like were building out like your dream high kappa, like, which some of those get ridiculously expensive. Yeah, sure, I get it. Fine. I mean, like, here's the thing. Everybody, you do you. It's like you wanted to have the Gucciest do the Gucci stuff. I don't care. It rolls back into what DJ said earlier is like, don't be an ass and rag on somebody else for not having the Gucci gear. Like, go be Gucci all you want. But honestly, if you just constantly flash it around and brag about it, I don't care. Good for you. You have Cry. Good job. Like that's how I look at that. I was gonna get into airsoft, but then I realized it was literally cheaper to keep with. I'm gonna wholeheartedly disagree. um, that right there, that comment is when I was gonna get into airsoft, but I realized it was literally cheaper to keep with real steel. No, it's not cheaper. It is way cheaper to go airsoft, and don't get me wrong, I still have my real stuff too, but yeah, this is a hobby. It is, well, lifestyle hobby for me, but yeah, and plus when it comes down to it, just basic target shooting and keeping up with drills, airsoft is cheaper and easier. Ammo is also nowhere near expensive. Wouldn't cheap out on real steel. Oh, of course not. Of course not. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about airsoft. Yep, we're not here to talk real steel. Nope, that's not what we do. We reference it, but we don't get into it. Prime Tech Custom, I agree. Well, yeah, I mean, but like I said, we're not gonna, yeah, no. Let's move past that. Moving on. Anybody else have grinding gears in the airsoft world? Anything grind your gears in any particular way? Anything you want to hear me rant about by, so, tapping off on something? Like somebody's going to mention a Glock. Who knows? People that think that Glocks are the master race. No. That grinds my gears. That is wrong because those are disgusting. But yeah, no, the two that I had earlier were pretty much the big ones for me. Because like I said, uh we can run down the same basic list every time of excuse me. Dr. Pepper has got me belchy. But we can run down the same list of standard gear grindings from Airsoft all the time. Also including the actual grinding of gears when your gearbox decides to strip out, which is a horrible, awful thing. That always grinds gears and it's bad. That's actual gear grinding. What do we got? Ghost Airsoft event companies hosting events. Wait. Let me read that out loud one more time. Airsoft event companies hosting events waiting to the last minute to get info out. Now, this is prime example of 100% true grinding of gears. Because don't get me wrong, I go to MilSims to kind of get the military simulation experience, but I didn't want to feel like I re-enlisted again. Especially when you change up ways that games get run with new technology, you need to get that information out at least 3 weeks in advance. 3 weeks so people can actually prep for it. It's especially, yeah, I mean, when these larger events go on, like some people get it right, some people don't. I mean, road bumps happen. Sometimes just, I am a firm believer also in the world of shit happens, and it does. But don't make a regular thing about it and don't answer, especially when you ignore people and don't answer questions. That also is a problem. But yeah, getting info out in a timely manner, especially for a milsim with this many people, or however many people, or that many people, or whatever, get the information out in a timely manner, at least 3 weeks in advance. Especially, I mean, and most of these things, people travel from all over the country, if not the world, to go to. Timely information drops. Cutter is with Ghost and says airsofters being compared to militiamen groups. That's a spicy one, but also a very, very, very good example of ignorance of airsoft. That does grind the gears. I have heard of this. I have heard some people, in articles and interviews and stuff like that, compare airsoft to, you know, those types of groups, and it is 100% false. It is a whole bunch of people trying to just have fun and relieve stress and play a good game, and it's Call of Duty in real life, man. That's all it is. It's us playing video games for real. And we're getting outside and running, and kids are getting outside and running and playing and interacting and learning about teamwork and honing some actually practical skills when it comes to physicality. Like, there's all sorts of movements that you do in airsoft that is good for you physically. Besides just running and being outside, soaking up vitamin D and breathing fresh air instead of sitting at home on the couch playing video games 24/7. Airsoft is good for you. I still don't feel like 3 weeks is sufficient enough time for a player to go to new additions, especially if it's added last minute. If a player is cross country, take in that they may have. I like it. Here's the thing, DJ. 3 weeks for an airsoft event, I think, is bare minimum. Like, depending on the scale of the event as well, could change when that info should really get out. Like, if I think because they wouldn't do it because they must be like that type. Social skills as well. Social skills. Yes, social skills. Definitely social skills. There's a lot of social. Like, okay, now let's jump back to that. Airsoft is good for you and things you learn. If you want, like, the best way to explain airsoft to your parents, go watch the airsoft episode of South Park. The airsoft episode of South Park, there's some fallacies in there, but for the most part, it's how kids get into airsoft, and it's true. Like, the things that they do to tell their parents about it. It's teamwork. It's building. It's fun. It's being outside. It's true. Okay, so Prime Tech is laying out paragraphs. So what do we add into the discussion here of the grinding of the gears? So I've been seeing a lot of heavy criticism on gas blowback rifle choices, as well as certain AEGs. If you've seen Negative's latest video, which I am now having lower tolerances for. Don't get me wrong, there are some companies to avoid or products that are flat out carbon copies of an already existing replica, but I think there's a level of behavior to be informative and not be an ass. 100% agree. Uh that is a really good point of brought up of I mean, it kind of can fall under elitism as well, but, like, here's the thing. As it comes to the gas blowback world, There are so many choices out there, and yes, there are good and there are bad. But the thing is when you're getting into gas blowback, you can't criticize somebody on buying a cheaper one because gas blowback is like you're spending 50, 60, $70 per mag just in the gas blowback world for a GBBR. Pistols are still like 40, $50 for magazines, depending on the brand. So, judging somebody who may not have a super high end gas blowback compared to your super high end gas blowback, don't criticize them. Like, boost them up. Give them tips on things that they can do to cheaply modify and upgrade, or not cheaply, which it's not going to be cheap, but still, like, the descent, like, I initially have been thinking of getting into gas blowback myself, and I initially was thinking of getting the Noveski Ghetto Blaster because its internals are great, blah blah blah. It's well reviewed, but price point is where it kind of kicks me in the hoo-has. Um, so I would I've been thinking of going to the Lancer gas blowback because it's only $260. Um, so and the thing is as it comes for like AEGs and gas blowbacks that are just straight up replicas of other things, 100%. I mean, there's only so many manufacturers. Um, and ragging on AEGs even the same way as gas blowbacks, it's dumb. Like people still rag on Lancer, which I don't understand. It's ragging on Lancer nowadays is just kind of like, they've made probably like the best leaps and bounds and innovations in their own stuff on bettering themselves in the last 4-ish years. And rebranding is going to happen with license sales and buyouts and things like that. For me, rebranding just happens. Sometimes they try to do it to improve garbage QC, and then they don't improve the QC. All right. So anybody else got any more grinding of gears? We're gonna take one more from the crowd here. If anybody else has anything to add of what grinds your gears in the airsoft world. Otherwise, like I said, guys, this is gonna be a shorter one. I've got to wrap it up. I got more stuff to prep for Sheboygan. Because if you guys haven't heard, actually, I haven't told y'all yet, but it is official even through the roster for Operation Blacklist that I am the squad leader for Squirrel Team 6. I've been doing all sorts of full-on being in that command role, making sure everything is good to go, double checking stuff, making sure people are all set and ready to roll when they're coming in, when they're going, doing all of that. So there's a lot going on. Plus, I've already set up a whole bunch of fun stuff for the team at this event. Plasma, what have I missed? You always coming in late, brother. Coming in late. What grinds your gears, man? Plasma, what grinds your gears? What currently in Airsoft or recently grinds your gears? That's what we're talking about, brother. Otherwise, it's the this episode is not gonna be as long because Sheboygan prep, my man. Sheboygan prep. I still have meetings and things to do. I love my Ghetto Blaster, but you're really paying for the licensing of the trades. I'm willing to try out one of these Golden Eagles to see what they're immediately. Can you make it negative quip? Yeah. Plasma Dragon has the floor for the next 2 minutes. Well, if you guys haven't known before, if I asked Plasma what's grinding his gears, he was on a Council of Airsoft dudes. He's been on the channel before besides that as well, and his rants are epic. I love them. Because he also has a lot of valid points. Common sense not being common grinds my gears. That's not just airsoft. That's life. Common sense should be very common. It's common sense for a reason, because it should be common. I mean, Team Shadow Airsoft, make it make sense, is the repeated quote that plays in my head. Every day I ask that. I say that. There is not a time. There is not a day where I don't say that. There is not a single day where I don't say that. That is 100% true. And only 8 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you are not subscribed already, and hit that bell icon. But guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to wrap it up here. I got to get going. I got peoples to talk to. I got other things to take care of right now and prep for Sheboygan. So let's do this quick wrap up in closing. Task Force Shrubbery meetup this weekend, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Plasma, yes, I cannot wait to see you this weekend. And you and the Nomads, cannot wait to see you guys. It's going to be a blast. If you guys are heading out that way, make sure you come over to the COR side. If you were not between game or catch me before or after game, come over, say hi, get pictures with the guys, say hi, hang out, shoots the schnitz. I have lots of fun and things planned for the team this weekend. We're going to have a great time. And Tan Team. I'm just going to say this now because shorts are also going to come out with me saying this again. You have been warned to be afraid. We are going to own that asylum. We are bringing home the dub. We are going to bring that win. This asylum will be ours this year, gentlemen. Squirrel Team 6 on Green Team. We will own that place. But can't wait to see you guys all this weekend. It's going to be a blast. Join the Discord if you have not already. Link is in the description, probably somewhere here in the chat as well. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Please make sure to smash that like button as many times as possible to make it change the color that it needs to be. And keep your eyes out, because there's a chance. There is a chance. Saturday night, we're going to do a late night live with the team at the barracks. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And until next time, guys, never ever forget your battle cry. Nee!